Yo. What up, everybody?
That was a
How's it
vibe.
going?
That was an epic intro.
That was. Well, I couldn't play the other one because we keep getting strikes.
We
So we
keep
got to
getting in
redo.
trouble.
Yeah, we keep getting in trouble on YouTube. So yeah, as you guys see, we have Kat, and what's your name again? I'm sorry, I know you told me backstage.
I'm the one. I'm the one.
one.
The one. Yeah, the one.
He who is called I am. No,
Yeah.
that's sacrilegious. Let's not
The
do
one.
that. Maybe.
So yeah, we don't have Ant. So Ant has been growing his outside of social media stuff, and
Bigger than we're even allowed to say right now, but big news coming up for Ant soon.
yeah. And so he's not going to be on Tuesdays. He'll be joining us Thursdays though, continually still. Just so you guys know. And if this big news comes out, unfortunately, he may be exiting because of time. He just is going to run out of time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, he's got good stuff coming on. We're extremely happy for him, excited of everything that's going on for him. And with Charles, all we have is what you got? What Misfit going on? Is that what the deal is?
Misfit is always going on. When is he not going on?
Like right in, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it.
The guy is unhinged. The guy is unhinged.
It's an interesting vibe over on the Tiki Taki today. If TikTok fame is what he was looking for, he's got it. Like you've made it.
There's fame and then there's infamous, right?
I mean, it's every video on my For You page right now.
He kills me. He kills me with his back and forth, his hypocrisy. He says,
What do you mean?
He says, I did this. I called him an N-word because it was a plan so that all eyes would be focused on me and he would put me on his page.
Value. He said that it was shock value. That was my favorite part because I'm like, didn't you guys like chastise Tex?
Yeah, they got on my ass pretty good for being a shock value content creator.
Right. Right.
What's up, beautiful people in the chat? I love every one of your faces.
Chat. Hello.
I saw some of you in here 20 minutes ago, but I couldn't say anything. So I'm not allowed to type, I guess.
You can see us then.
I want to fight him so fucking bad.
Reaction.
I think everybody does, bro.
I know Freedom Fam does not encourage violence or harassing or stalking or doxing of any in particular person, and everything that we're talking about.
You shouldn't condone it, and it is what it is. But if I'm ever in San Antonio, I will gladly catch an assault charge.
There you go. I mean, there's no shame.
Oh, but wait, he's carrying his EDC every day now.
I mean, I would too if I.
You think he's the only one?
Apparently, he forgot he was in Texas.
Wait, was he not carrying it before? Why did he own it?
It was Waldeck.
That's my question.
It's an EDC, right? That's what he said. He's like,
supposed to be everyday carry.
Time to start carrying the everyday carry again.
Yeah,
it's in a wall-mounted holster whenever he's on all of his couch videos.
So stop it! It was his Nerf gun.
That's where he keeps it.
right next to the camera in the bedroom. That's
right.
That's where he likes to put it.
My hands are faster than his draw. That just means he's peeing his pants. So Charles, what else is going on? What got you on TikTok? We'll start there.
What got me on TikTok was Kofefe. COVID. Definitely, I don't know. I was kind of bored, I guess. And I heard about it, and through my daughter, and I checked it out, and I was like, "Well, this is not a kids app, baby girl. You gotta get the fuck off TikTok." And then I think I made one video, and I was like, "You know what? I think this is kind of fun." I got the reaction that I was hoping for, expecting for. It was literally I had like 3 followers, and it got like 100,000 views. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to continue this. And then I never saw those views ever again. It was completely done. It was over at that point.
TikTok's a lot like crack like that. Like how they say that, like, once you start a drug, you're always chasing that high. That's TikTok.
Yep. Charles was actually one of the first persons that him and I started like messaging each other and I guess kind of supporting each other.
I found Charles through you. Once me and you started talking, that's when he started popping up on my page.
Yeah.
I started going heavy at calling out pedophiles, and I didn't even have any followers at the time. And I think that's literally how Tex started following me, was off of one of my videos.
I mean,
And
that
then,
would
yeah,
make
it's just-
sense. I mean, weren't you called one?
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
follow the people that hunt them. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's a
it
brilliant
sound it lets you hide right in plain sight. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I try, but yeah, it and watching Charles, because at one point Charles actually was complaining about not growing, and I just kept telling you just got to keep making content, because you never know what's going to hit. Like that first 100,000 view one, like you never, I would have never expected that for me. Like your first video, 100,000 views.
Was it
I
at
mean,
least a good one? Like, was it at least a good, like a video that you were proud of? Like you're viral? Was it at least?
I wasn't even trying to do anything. It was, what weapon will you take with you into the zombie apocalypse? And I showed a wet floor sign. And that's literally it, right?
See,
It was the
that's
dumbest
better.
thing. It was
Mine
the dumbest
It
thing.
always is the dumbest thing.
Mine was the dumbest, grossest. I don't even talk like that video, and I've never had a video go any bigger than I just took a drink and was responding to a troll comment, and I'm like, see that? I swallowed. Your mom should have done the same. That was the whole TikTok. That was it.
You don't talk like that? Because I've heard
Not
you.
like normally.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
No.
don't let her fool you. She does.
Not like on social media. How about that? Like there's
Makes
certain
sense.
things that like I just not out there. But I think hit like 3 or 4 million. It was way too many, and it's horrible. Jason,
Mine was the politics. It was the about them shipping over the Afghans, and it got like, it was weird because it sat for a whole week at 163,000 views, which I was satisfied. And then I was in the middle of moving, and my phone just kept going off, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" I looked at the views because I had text Cat and Ant, and I hit 1 million. I was like, I went from 100,000 to 1 million in like hours.
TikTok makes no sense. It makes
And then
absolutely no
it
sense.
didn't stop. Every day it was another million, and then it stopped at 4.5 million, and now TikTok banned that account. So
Speaking of TikTok and views and all that kind of stuff, I know that Misfit likes to brag about his follower count and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
I have a video on my account that has 1.2 million views, and it's about him. And I have a video about him with 1.2 million views, and it has more likes than all of his fucking pages combined. It has like 88,000 likes. So
and it's about him.
if I wanted to brag about
you
it,
pin it. You need to
absolutely
pin it.
I
You
should.
need to pin it.
That one needs to be pinned.
That absolutely. And I have found sometimes if you pin, sometimes it'll hit the FYP again, because now you just re-engaged it.
Yep.
So I would absolutely pin that shit,
The
because
40.
plus it'll annoy him whenever he comes to your account. That's the first video he sees.
Who counts all of their accounts though? And that dude has not been banned 47 times. There's no way in hell.
Okay, but even if he has, can I add, like, what's the flex in it
I have no idea.
for
I don't-
anybody that brags and puts it in their bios? Like, I'm not
I don't
knocking on
brag.
anybody that does. I'm just trying to figure out what the flex is, why we have to put it in bios and make videos
know.
about it.
I don't brag about it, but I have been banned 18 times. So I think it's just a number that will stick with you. Like, oh, I've got banned again. So here's number 19.
No, I like.
They recently
I
just gave
couldn't
me.
tell you how many times I've been banned, because I don't. I legitimately don't keep count. I just
They gave me back an old account, and I had no idea about it until somebody tagged me, and I went and looked at the video, and it had like 6 different one of my accounts, and I clicked on one of them, and I was like, that account was banned like a year ago. What the hell? And went to it, and I signed into it, and I can use it, but there's literally no videos on it. I don't know what happened to them all.
It is
Wrong.
embarrassing.
yeah. Everybody says pin it.
Pin it. Yeah, the overall vote here is that it needs to be pinned.
I'll
Yeah.
pin it. Fuck, I'll pin it right now.
Oh, that's right. You're on your computer. Everyone can be here for this moment.
Yes, for this moment.
We
We'll
can
do this
support
together.
you. We can support you in your moment.
Are we witnessing history?
We will do this together.
I think it'll make him happy though to know, that like it's because of him. You can thank him for the
Yes.
clout.
There we go.
1.2 million views.
Oh, it's the one that I put in your promo video.
Yeah.
Dude, your face in that one is everything.
How the fuck do you pin videos?
It's the 3 dots.
There will be no negotiation.
Yeah, put the dots.
You go to like
and then it
share
says
it.
pin.
It is.
Did you pin it?
What? Yeah, I pinned it. I
Okay.
guess it's too bright.
It's too bright.
Pin.
It's too bright.
Pinned is
Because you
forever
know he
done.
checks on your account multiple times a day, so now that'll be the first video he
him
sees.
and
then-
Brian Carlson. Is it weird to you that Mac 70 guy, Brian Carlson, and what's his name, Zach? They all have a weird obsession with putting kids like literally in everything.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to flat out call anybody anything because I just won't do that like him. But I am seeing a trend. I mean, even in the fake text message that they tried to make it look like it was from me, they still brought up kids
Isn't that weird?
and still like brought up over sexualizing me.
I mean,
It's bizarre. The way that they try to
It's
insult.
weird behavior.
I'm not a pedo expert, but I'm also not one to like look at behavior and go, yeah, that's pretty normal, because that's really not fucking normal at all.
Like, I wouldn't
No.
ask any of them to like babysit my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would skip that house on Halloween.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Halloween, skip that house.
Yeah.
That's the creepy house. All three of
Yeah.
them. Yeah, it's 100% weird. I get there's
But
some
my
things.
problem is, so like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
you're
interrupt
good.
you. But like, so I saw a creator that like, you know, is on his side of things or whatever. And I've seen a couple of his buddies kind of saying things like, you know, when you call everything racist, it really loses its luster. And I'm like, you're right.
It's
And
true.
that is something that we do typically say, like on the right, is stop calling everything, you know, racist. But how is him directly calling a Black creator that word?
in a very angry tone too.
Right. And then,
And then
doubling
he-
down on it and
the
saying,
sad part is some of his followers are saying, "Oh, well, he didn't say it with the hard ER. He said it with an
That
A."
don't
that's
that don't
such a
matter.
cop out. That's a cop
It
out.
is.
That
Like
doesn't
it's different. Like it's different if you're saying it to a friend and like you guys both accept it, or kind of deal. But
yeah.
that was in such an angry tone.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
And I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like
Yeah.
what is like I just want to ask people like the people who say that about this, like what is racist to you? Because if that's not, then I'm starting to think that you don't think anything is racist. Like you have far
Yes.
left, you know, that everything's racist. But then I'm seeing this crazy far right side that are really showing their true colors right now. And nothing's racist. And I'm no. Calling a Black creator the N-word is racist. Like nothing, that is racism. That's the
Right.
epitome of it. Like you're doing that because of the color of their skin and to get a rise out of them. And it's so to hear people say like it's not racist and stop calling, what is that? What would be to them?
Yeah.
That's crossing the line even for me. Like I had already admitted if he was singing it in some lyrics, I would have said
I wouldn't have said anything.
Oh no, I wouldn't have either. Like even if he lipped it, not to Patrick, but even if he would have lipped it, like lip sang it in a song or whatever, I wouldn't have chastised them and gotten on them. But it just
the second video from that live was worse. So
I see. I've only seen the one that's going around like crazy where he just is like, get over here right now, like demanding.
yeah, he said it. He said it like 6 or 7 times. So he knew what he was doing.
Lord.
He's being very disgusting and derogatory about it.
Well, and Barty, that's true for, you know, we've said this before. There's always going to be people that hate you just to hate you. But there's also people who love you just to love you too, which is even weirder.
well, we see that in the celebrity lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching it play out with Johnny Depp and whatever her fucking name is,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have fans on both sides that are gonna cheer on one and
Yep.
not believe a single word, and same vice versa. And it's the same thing on the app. And I'm not saying everybody on the app is famous, but We all have our diehards.
No, but like famous people are just people. Like they're not
Right.
this mythical breed of human that don't do this shit. Like this is normal life for everybody.
The green tiles.
God.
I may
No,
not be
Amber Heard
famous.
does have fans. I have seen some Amber Heard fans.
I
Believe
may
it or
not be famous, but everyone knows who I am.
There you
So,
go. There you go, Charles. It's all that
that's
matters.
it. I've made it. Like,
Simply
This is right, Ricky.
Dixie
You're
Dress.
100% correct, Ricky. So, Charles, you've had a. Well, you said it on live the other day. Who didn't you about who you're talking to?
who?
Who you're talking to?
I didn't say anything on a live. You mean our private conversation?
Is that okay? No, that's why I didn't say it out loud. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no.
Okay. That's why I
Being friends
can't
with-
remember if it was live or our conversations. But you do have a particular interesting stance on conservative women.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that you have.
They are conservative for a reason. Mainly that reason is they will not take it ass to mouth. And that's why I like liberal women. I can't help it.
I can't argue with you on this one.
Why are you
Like,
laughing like the
I
fucking
can't
Because
Well, because Tex told me that like you wouldn't date conservative chicks. He didn't throw in the ATM.
I am not against dating anyone for whatever political purpose. I have dated 2 liberal women, and one of them was the worst 2 years of my entire life. So
Tex.
I don't know why she would take offense
Why
to
would
that.
you take offense to that, Dana? Do you go
yeah.
nurse? You work in the medical field.
Wait, now
You
we're getting
better not be doing that.
personal.
That's an interesting, but it was funny because when Tex first told me, I started laughing. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, he's fucking right though. Like,
I mean, it is what it is.
I can't argue with that. Barty said, don't let conservative women fool you.
We've had that conversation before. Me and Bart Esticle, we have talked about that before.
You and who? What's your nickname for her?
Bart Esticle, because
I like it.
she's my right testicle.
Oh,
So it's Bart
she's
Esticle.
my stepdaughter.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
now I
Because me
feel
and
like I'm.
Cribs are married.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so Barty is technically my stepdaughter.
And
Yeah.
Cribs is the mom. Okay, I see this.
Yeah, I got a special like little stepmom shout out in the comment section of Pribs' video. I mean, we're raising her right. Look at her.
Sometimes she's really sensitive. You guys need to work on that.
I'll see what I can do.
No
That
problem.
might be more for Pribs though.
No promises.
I'm a little sensitive, so that might have to be a Pribs job, so to speak.
If anybody could do it,
Barty's
Cribs could.
my wife, so what does that make you to me? I am your mother-in-law.
We need to know who the left ball is.
The left button.
It's
That's
definitely
mis-
Texan.
No, that's Misfit. That's Misfit.
It's Texan.
Kansas Owens.
It's Misfit.
It's Texan because it's smaller and everyone's embarrassed of it.
You know what?
That'd be Misfit. He's smaller, and everybody's embarrassed by him. You literally
I'm
described this.
very like
God
I'm
damn it.
secondhand embarrassed sometimes. Like sometimes it's entertaining and it's fun, but then you realize that this is quite literally what the left thinks that the right is as a whole.
True.
And then you just get like even more annoyed.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to go back and forth, but like you know how someone always takes it too far? Like someone's always got to just take it over the limit where you're going back and forth and it's all good and it's all fun. And then it's like, boom, video telling you that you should kill yourself. Or like dropping the N-word on live. You guys take it so far.
And
So
we
we're-
clearly don't care about somebody's chronic illnesses because, you're just using that to gain clout.
Well, obviously. And then my newfound illness, like I founded COVID or something.
It's funny. The creator of COVID did get COVID, Bill Gates.
He's
Was he
got
the
COVID
creator?
right now.
I
Is that
mean,
a
he helped.
conspiracy?
He helped fund it.
I mean, he helped fund it.
So I'd say he's part creator for that.
I think
Max
we were all
doesn't
part
get into the
creator.
conspiracy.
Huh?
She
I
said you
said
don't get it. You
You
don't
don't
get into
typically get into the
conspiracy.
conspiracy. You don't get into conspiracy. So
Well, isn't that kind of fact?
what? That Bill Gates
What's
funded it?
funded it? Yeah, that's already come out.
but you could say the same thing for like Dr. Fauci too, because
Oh
and
yeah.
do the same thing for us in a whole because we were paying for all of it.
Well, we didn't have any choice in the matter, so we can't control 100% what the government does.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I did, Amy. I created COVID. It was me. My bad.
You're so evil. Population control, right?
Population control.
And then I
Which-
saved myself for last so it wouldn't be as noticeable. Slid in
Which is why Roe v. Wade getting overturned is not going to matter because we're still going to want to have legal abortions, so we can.
the states are still going to
population
do it.
controls.
The states will still do it. The states that currently have them will still currently have them unless people as a whole don't want them. And then it is what it is.
Right.
I don't know.
That was an interesting live that we had the other night, Tex. I
Which
brought up Roe v. Wade and it just went for 2
Oh
hours.
my god!
It just went for 2 hours.
Is she still messaging you?
I don't think so.
Did you give her
She-
your snap?
Yeah, no,
Is
Okay.
that your guys' live that you were doing the other night?
Hold on, I'll give it to her.
no. That was going to be way too dangerous.
No, I'm going to give it to her.
You better fucking not. I will. I will slap you first, Tex. That's,
She hurt my head too.
And that,
But
yeah,
when you guys weren't talking about Roe v. Wade, she was cool.
yeah. No,
the
she.
I
vessel.
don't agree with her on that, but like she seemed cool.
The vessel comment was what got me. I was like,
Wait,
Of
what?
course.
I didn't hear that.
she was talking about conservatives or Republicans, basically using liberal bodies as vessels, and I was like, isn't that what you do like all the time? Like you consider yourself a host and a baby a parasite. So
Right.
aren't you a vessel in that sense?
And what was the response?
We just went back and forth. It wasn't really.
Well,
I
she
didn't
got
learn- I didn't
really,
learn
she
anything.
got really pissy when that garage door guy came in because he had a girlfriend that promised him a baby for 2 years, and then whenever he finally got her pregnant, she went behind his back and got an abortion, and he was pissed about it. I mean,
Well,
he's
yeah,
like,
why wouldn't he be, though? They planned to have a baby.
and you know his content, like he just talks loud, so she took it as him yelling at her, and so she went on the defensive like right away and was like, sorry, I guess you just need counseling. It was her choice. Go get counseling. I was like, damn.
She said,
What else could he do, though? You know what I mean? Like, I saw this one video of like a guy outside of Planned Parenthood screaming, begging her, like bawling outside of the clinic, like because it was like a same type scenario, I do believe, where it was a planned pregnancy. But at the same time, what else? I mean, it sounds really harsh, where she's like, go get some therapy. But at the same time, like, there's nothing else that men can do when it comes to it. You guys don't get a say so.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of bullshit. But
Well, like this one, if you ban abortions, they will get them illegally.
mhm,
Isn't that the same as gun owners?
mhm.
I mean, technically,
But it's not a ban. It's just them stating that
it won't ever
it's
be.
unconstitutional.
It won't ever be banned.
No. But it's brilliant what they're doing right now, though, right? Because like you have to give it to the left. This is how they win things. This is how they do they're like gotta get out there and vote. That's what they're pushing, right? They're pushing your right to abortion is gonna be gone, and then gay marriage is gonna be gone, and this is gonna be gone, and this is gonna be gone. You gotta get out there and vote it out.
How does
Their whole gather, vote, gather, create chaos, vote. Meanwhile, Republicans are over there like, "Do you see 2,000 mules, guys? I'm never voting again." And I'm like, "This is how it happens."
Don't worry, Trump's coming to save us.
whatever?
Well, yeah.
How does banning abortion lead to reversing gay marriage?
I still cannot figure that out. I've tried.
Aren't straight people the
They're
ones
trying to
produce
say that it
babies?
was. They're trying to say that it was for because of the right to privacy. Because it supposedly gave you a right to privacy, which the Fifth Amendment technically does that from the government in of itself. So I don't understand where they're coming up with, like, because they're also saying like HIPAA will go away, some gun rights will go away, and I'm like,
HIPAA has already gone away once you start asking me what my vaccine status is.
thank you.
Yes. But none of these things are even. It's a fear tactic. It's a fear tactic to vote, and it's going to work. And all of their people are going to get out and vote. Republicans are going to be arguing about whether or not voting is fair and watching conspiracy theory documentaries. And I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled it off again. I really, really wouldn't be. And I don't think that people are taking it serious enough, because if they don't get out and fucking vote.
Well, you can tell on the right side they're not taking it this year serious enough, because all they're talking about is 2024. This is like a way more important election than bringing Trump back. It is.
But it won't. But nobody really sees it that way.
No.
What is everybody called Johnny Justin?
Oh, just the tip.
He always is so mad.
I think it's just his name because it's just. But that still doesn't make any sense.
So Kelly says, I'm concerned about these subsequent medical issues that will ensue. I don't understand. Kelly, I guess you'd have to further expand on that, because I don't know what further medical issues that will ensue because of it.
See, I saw that one, Megan, where people were trying to say that they were going to ban Plan B.
Yeah.
But really, it's not the plan. Like, Plan B is not it's not an abortion pill. It's a contraceptive.
I do not know.
Heavy debate around that too, depending on where you stand, like religious wise. But I mean, as far as I don't consider it like a termination pill. I think it's like a
keep your religion out of my uterus.
Well, and I think that religion should be kept out of the uterus. I do. I truly, truly do. But I also like I don't know. My stance on abortion, I guess, isn't necessarily religious.
I don't care what people's choices are. Like, if that's really what they want to do, let them do that. I just don't have to agree with it in order to still be like, go do it.
Well, that's where like that's where
laws around it, because like, dude, if you're gonna do that, go do that. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to vote on it. I don't want to like go do your.
And I don't want to hear anybody bragging about having 13 of them in their lifetime because they couldn't handle the responsibilities. That's what I don't want to hear. But I'm not against you making your choice. It's probably the hardest choice you've ever had to make in your entire life, and it's obviously your choice.
Right.
Personally, I don't care. And I know each of us are different. Each of us have our own stance on pro-life, pro-choice. I used to be probably pretty hardcore pro-life. But,
I don't know. I was very, I was the opposite. I was very pro-choice. And then I became more pro-life. I mean, I can see certain points, because at the end of the day, like if I take my personal everything out of it, I do more than anything else just want government very, very far away. So I do believe that people should just be able to do whatever the hell they want to do and take the consequences of it, of whatever it might be. But like with the botched, like I know that people are concerned about that, but like that wasn't happening before.
And like, medical people were still performing them.
There were not back alley, like you can't find stories about that, like, or you can find one out of a cajillion. Like most abortions that were performed before Roe v. Wade were performed by doctors, illegally still, but they were performed by doctors. So like that argument always drives, like not argument, but like it always drives me a little bit nuts, because people in their heads are just seeing like alleys of like women lined up with their legs open and like dying in the streets. But that didn't happen before. That wasn't happening 50 years ago, like 1 in a million. But they always, and I can see it for that small percent. I really, truly can. But I think we base all of the laws around it around that really small percent, and to make everything else okay. It's like we opened Pandora's box with it. And oh, but what about, because that's what they always bring up. What about people rape and incest? That's zero, most of them are convenience. They are just convenience abortions, or girls that are going in there like with a Subway card and getting, because, that is the biggest percentage of people who are getting abortions. And we need to figure out how to get that number lower without needing to worry about voting on it or making it illegal or whatever. Like, if you really want to prevent abortions, then what do we need to do to prevent them over here, and not necessarily like with laws? So I guess I'm not hardcore pro-life. Like, I can see exceptions to it, because I think there's exceptions to every rule, but
I think there's a lot of demonizing on all sides.
Oh, 100%.
That's just...
It is. It's demonizing on both sides, which is why you don't ever have any resolution to. And neither side will concede a little bit on either one, because like I was talking to that lady in the live, I was like, what's wrong with it at least regulating them at the state level? Well, it shouldn't be regulated at all. Well, wait a minute. Neither should the Second Amendment. It literally says in the Constitution, shall not be infringed.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it's regulated very heavily in most states, very more heavily than in other states. And then on top of that, it's a medical procedure that's not even performed in a hospital.
Right.
Why would you not want something to be performed in like this major? If you're so worried about botched abortions, why aren't you fighting to have abortions at least in hospitals?
Or
like in Texas,
have the clinics have to meet the same.
See, and that's the thing. We had a bill that was actually, because I was talking about the filibuster yesterday, it was filibustered by a woman that actually required the abortion clinics to carry the same medical standards that you would at a hospital. Yeah. So like in a hospital, the elevators have to be so big to obviously get a gurney in. The hallways have to be so wide. And then inside the medical rooms had to have so much. And the left fought that. And it's like, well, if you're pro-woman, like you say, and pro-choice, this is a safe route. Yes, it closed some abortion clinics down because they weren't within a certain distance of a hospital, because that was another requirement. That way, if there was a medical emergency, it was easier to take them. Like, it was one of those bills that once it got passed, I was like, okay, I'm pro-life, but I'd concede to this.
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, of course, I don't agree with it. But if people are if it's going to happen, if it's going to be a thing, it needs to be heavily regulated. Like, that's a medical procedure. And the thing is that, like, a lot of people don't realize, like, they heard you. It's like a cattle call, like, they do them, like, they don't do them every day. It's not like you just go in and, like, you can just go grab one real quick. There's usually set days.
No, Amy, abortions are not performed in hospitals.
No, Planned Parenthoods do not have to meet hospital.
Well, any abortion, even non-Planned Parenthood abortion clinics, they don't. There's no regulation behind abortions, so they don't. And it's legitimately like the only medical procedure that I can think of that's not performed by a medical professional of some sort, or at a hospital.
No, they heard a bunch of, like, they fill the books for the entire day. So you're like in a waiting room with like 15 other girls. They give you a cup full of pills to swallow, or if you can pay extra for the IV, they'll put you like in a twilight like state. So they dope you up, they throw you in the back. It's just like any.
And there's more regulation to give you a vaccine than there is to perform an abortion.
And then they just throw you in a room with a bunch of girls that just had it done. They give you a heating pad and like a pack of cookies and some juice. Make sure that you don't start hemorrhaging, and then they kick you out.
And here's how crazy this is. I got to retell this story, Kat. So during the height of the pandemic, when Michigan was still shut down, Kat couldn't get into a doctor's office physically, and couldn't even get her kids' Social Security cards from the Social Security Administration. So she called up Planned Parenthood and scheduled an abortion.
At every single one. I could go get an abortion.
In person, without a vaccine.
Didn't even ask me about a COVID test. Nope, right in.
That's how unregulated they are.
couldn't get into my specialist. You can't make a dental appointment. I couldn't get Allie's social security card. Nothing.
But what was it? I think it was me and Katro. We were on FaceTime,
I was
and
gonna
you
say, I
made
called
that
him
call. Yeah, I think it was me
I
and
called
Katro
him
on FaceTime.
afterwards.
Yeah, it was insane just to hear it. I mean, like you hear this stuff like
Like
online
not
and
about
shit happening.
abortions, but like about like, are you kidding me? Like I can't even see my regular doctor, and you're telling me that I can come in and have an abortion right now. That's insane. I couldn't buy seeds or paint, but
And the fact that like the government didn't deem that as unnecessary, but some life-saving treatments, like for you,
yeah,
that could have helped prevent some of the medical issues that you have now. You couldn't even go see, but you can go get an abortion.
I have no idea if any of this is true, but that's shocking to me.
it was very true.
Yeah, it absolutely, and it was sickening to witness. It was like, and they were all happy-go-lucky about it. They were like, "Oh yeah,
So
okay."
nice to me.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Like that
Pretty much. I mean, have a great week.
stuff.
Yep, it was beautiful. I mean,
Interesting.
it was, but it was just like, how does this make any? This doesn't make any sense.
No,
But here,
buddy.
here locally, they were closing down gas stations, and you had to go up to a window to get anything. You couldn't go inside a convenience store at
Exactly,
all.
Johnny. He said I couldn't adopt a dog from the pound, but cat can get many abortions.
As many as I wanted, all throughout COVID.
And it was like,
But technically, only one a year, because
well, sometimes two.
men can get millions and millions of women pregnant per year,
You can
and
do it
you
twice,
can only have one baby.
but you can, if you time it right, you can get two babies in a year.
Babies in the same year.
I mean, I'm just going by what I was told. I don't.
But no, I'm just telling you, math says that you can do it by two if you time everything just right.
Just right. I was real close
So,
with
like-
my.
So like you have to be impregnated in January.
You gotta like right.
You got to have the baby in January and like
as soon as you-
another baby on the way in February or March.
Then they'll be like they'll be within the same calendar year. They're Irish
Yeah.
twins.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. You know that
Interesting.
term is like super derogatory, and people still use it.
Irish twins?
Yeah, they're like
You-
kids
you
that are
can't-
born within the same calendar year. They're
You can't be
referred
racist to white people.
as Irish twins, but it's like it was a derogatory term that they started like when Irish people immigrated over to America because like most Irish people were Catholic and had really big families, so and couldn't afford contraception. I don't know. I read it.
Is that where the whole cousin fucker and all
I
that
don't
stuff came
know.
from?
Um,
Okay, I was just
that
wondering.
was. I mean, you know that was like a white guy though. I'm sorry, but it was. It was like some backwoods. That's just in my brain. That's where I go. Like, so maybe I'm racist against white people.
You probably are.
It's against white people. It's
I
not
mean-
my job.
But I don't think you can be.
Charles, that one's free. They had two babies in a year. They had twins.
So then already the information that I was given has been debunked.
That's what we do here. Welcome to Freedom Fam. Yeah, Charles, get off your phone. You're supposed to be on a podcast.
I was reading.
The same podcast that you were bitching about for the last year about you never being invited
I was-
on, and then
I
you
was
come
reading-
on, and then you're on your phone most of the time.
I was reading a text about
I know.
abortions.
No, you
about
weren't.
abortions. Yes, I
Show
was.
it.
You're
Show it.
reading about abortion.
It
Show it.
says
Show it.
you have
Show
to.
Shut
Show
up.
it.
I can't show it to you.
Yeah, because that's not what it says.
It's going to be backwards. It says in Utah you have to attend a class about abortion and adoption. Then you have to wait to have your abortion on a different day.
Well, you do. Like, wow, that's actually, I like that. Like here in Michigan, you have to wait. Like you have to sign the piece of paper and then you have to wait, I think it's 48 or 72 hours from the time that you sign it to you come in to change your mind. But they don't do the classes or anything like that. That's a really good idea. Because most Planned Parenthoods don't, like, I know at least play for Planned Parenthood just because that's where
I
I've
don't-
experienced through. They don't give any kind of like,
I don't
Well,
personally know
that
anything
was
about
the
it.
that was the the whole issue with the heartbeat bill is what Texas was trying to do is from 8 weeks on, they know you can have a heartbeat. And so they wanted the mother to at least hear the heartbeat, and that might psychologically change her mind knowing that there's something in there, not just organisms or a clump of cells.
Is that
Well,
not
we are a clump of cells, but so are you.
is
like,
that not also a thanks Johnny. Thanks
Called
Justin.
racist? What?
Is that also not a fear tactic
What?
to
Oh, it absolutely is.
to tell
But-
people that your baby has a heartbeat?
It is a fear tactic, don't get me wrong, but I think because especially at young ages, I think in today's age, abortion is celebrated, right? And so some of these teens and young 20-year-olds think that it's going to be celebrated. I mean, the Attorney General for New York State just came out and said she literally celebrated her abortion she had. And so psychologically, that also tells kids, well, this is celebrated, where at least maybe there's some regulation in there that says there's something in there other than just a clump of cells like you're being told over here, but here's a heartbeat. Like, it's life. And so I think that was...
They should have to know like every single step of it, and then every option, and like let's actually be counseling these girls. But what they're really doing is they're just trying to meet a quota. I mean, the more abortions they get, it's money. It's a lot of money, and people don't want to admit that, you know, some clinics have been guilty of doing this, but they have been, where they wind up selling the remains like on the black market, and it gets even grosser. You know, I mean, like Planned Parenthood's been caught doing that.
Well, I guess that's what, like, somebody made that argument on TikTok that I hadn't heard before, was about the harvesting of organs. Well, if it's not life, then why do you harvest the organs?
Right.
If it's not a human, why are you harvesting organs from a
Right.
human? Because the only way you can harvest organs is if it's a human.
Right. Like they'll say things like the fetus's brain.
Right.
I like when we were live the other day, when we were talking to Kate and Ames, and Kate was telling us about her having an abortion at 24 weeks, and Ames said, "Did you sign a death certificate?" Well, if she did, that automatically rules out the fact that you're not a human life out of the womb. So
Mhm.
She wouldn't answer that question at first.
she didn't want to. She did not want to.
Did she have to at 24? Like that would be like a
Yeah.
medical intervention, right?
Right.
Like a DNC kind of thing.
I think so.
See, and like I don't think that like in my brain that's just not the same. You know, like because someone had said,
She
you know,
did call it a fake baby.
miscarriages.
Yes, she did.
What?
She did. She called it a fake baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's her opinion.
So Ames brought out a...
Really trying to stay middle ground lately, like. But then, of course, like the universe has to be like, "Hey, we're gonna do Roe versus Wade now," and I'm trying to be middle. I'm trying to stay my path.
They just keep pulling you back in, I guess, right?
They
So it
do.
is.
They do. The universe does with all these crazy hot topics. Just because the abortion one is one that I'm stronger about than others.
Now, Kat, you do get attacked a little bit because you've had one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm being attacked pretty brutally today about it. Yeah, they don't like me because I've experienced, and like
But-
I've experienced it. So
So technically that makes you a hypocrite, but also at the same time, in their opinion, people can change. So why can you not change?
right,
And experiences change people.
exactly right. Like that was what I was trying to explain to them. But what I did like was, as much as I was getting attacked by it, there were a lot of comments in that video where people were like, "I've always been scared to say that I'm pro-life because I've had an abortion, and everybody tells me that like I got to sit this one out." And it's like, no, you don't, because
Wait,
you've
so
done
they're trying to silence people with uteruses?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then this isn't about uteruses. This is
Don't
you
get
just
an opinion. Yeah, it's only if you agree. Like it's
Okay.
always that. Stop it. It's always
See,
that.
that makes me feel a lot better because here I thought it was just because I didn't have a uterus that I couldn't have an opinion, but it's just if you don't agree,
Yes.
that's when you okay.
Because if you agreed and you were fighting, if you were like fighting for like abortion rights, then you could have a say so. Like
Okay.
the thing
Yeah.
is you're not against them.
That makes sense.
So, but you'll get it from the pro-lifers too. Like if you say that you're pro-choice, the pro-life girls will be, they do it too.
I get tagged periodically in videos because obviously I said that, I'm all for your choice. You make your choice. I'm not
Right.
going to vote against it or for it one way or the other. And then I'll get tagged in all these videos. They're like, do you like this idea? Do you like this idea? No, I don't like this idea. Like, I
Right.
just want to have my opinion, and I want you to do your own thing, and I want the government to stay out of it. That's what I
Right.
want.
I
That's
would
what
like
want.
to be left the hell alone again for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck with that happening. The government's just going to get more involved. I mean, you already have this disinformation woman talking about that some verified people
That's
on
very
Twitter aren't reliable and trustworthy, and then she uses Trump as an example. It's like, wow, we can see where this disinformation thing's going to go.
Scouts automatically think Harry Potter when they talk about the Ministry of Truth. It sounds like something from Harry Potter.
No, because I've never seen Harry Potter.
You should watch it.
I don't have to get any type of surgeries, Johnny. I can just identify as a female with a uterus, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, it is funny how now that's gone to waste, and now we're back to two genders.
Yeah, I mean, now
That's
we're
weird.
back to full-blown women, right? Full-blown women now, even though we couldn't, define what a woman was because we're not biologists, but now we can bring it back.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aisens is offended.
Who?
Tell Cece I'm not sorry.
Tell Cece.
Aiden said that she's offended by you.
Who's Cece?
Cotton.
Oh.
Cotton's a cutie pie. They're kicking at it too. Men don't get
I've apparently added "What Does the Fox Say" to her Alexa playlist.
You added it?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
because,
shit pissed me off. It almost added
because I
to
get her with it all
mine
the time.
because it came across my FYP and the Alexa sitting right here, and it started fucking playing. I was like, I hate you, Charles.
I'll snap the group randomly whenever I see Cotton in her kitchen, and I'll just be like, Alexa, play "What Does the Fox Say," and then a couple hours later or sometimes minutes later she'll answer it, and it'll be playing, and it's the highlight of my day. Like it's the highlight of my day.
Thought to do that to somebody. It'll work like that?
It does. Yeah. Either that or she's playing games and she's making it play it.
I think she's playing games just to make you feel
I don't know though. I was on my
warm and
front
fuzzy
porch.
inside.
I was on my front porch when I did it one day
Mhm.
and went inside. So through the walls, through the windows, through everything, my Alexa was playing "What's the fucking Fox Say?" So it heard me, and I
That's
was all the way outside.
Annoying song. God. Nope, it works.
It's the highlight of my day. I love
Oh,
trolling.
goodness.
Can't help it.
That was a double sneeze.
She said, I hate that song.
Forgot to wear a mask so I don't give you guys COVID. I'm super sorry, and I just sneezed.
Yeah, that's all right. Charles has COVID now
They were wearing masks today in the COVID meeting
with the disinformation woman.
with the Ministry of Magic.
People still wear masks on Zoom calls.
Yeah,
Yes.
like everybody it was with the Ministry of Magic lady, and they were all wearing, or well, not all of them, but I think 3 of them were wearing masks, and then another one was wearing it, but like under the chin. Thank
Maybe
you.
they were in a public place. I can't.
No, Charles, they were in tiny little cubicles. Itty bitty living space.
People are so goddamn weird. I can't.
I saw someone in their car today.
Still?
Still?
Still,
Oh,
customers.
I did that at Walmart, and I stopped him and told him to take it off. And he did.
No,
You were on the phone, Kat.
Yeah, I get mad at you guys for doing that.
They were in their car by themselves.
I understand that.
Like if they were in the store, I wouldn't say anything. But like you're clear now.
Bothering you.
Huh?
They're not bothering you.
Yeah, they are.
What? How? How is it bothering you?
I'm offended.
You're so emotional about this.
Well, take
I
your
am.
fucking feelings and go bye-bye with them. They're not doing nothing to you. I wore a
Well,
mask today when I went out.
I'm looking out for the American people. I feel like it's my civic duty to make sure that people don't have to drive in their car by themselves with a mask.
Well, no, I didn't. I don't drive in my car, but like today, I was
That's
out.
what that guy was doing that I stopped yesterday or the other day.
You don't need to yell at them. You can just like laugh about it to yourself.
Well, I had to yell to make sure that he could hear me because his windows were up too.
You're a dick.
I wore mine today. My hot pink one.
But you have COVID, so you should be wearing one.
Well, technically, I don't have to though because I'm.
Now, let me ask you this: if you had the flu, would you have worn a mask?
I have before, but not to like the grocery store.
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
So why COVID?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking.
I don't know.
I wore one at work.
Like, not to be a liberal, but COVID is not the fucking flu. Like, I currently have
No, but it spreads the same. It spreads the same. That's
But
my
with
point.
COVID, for me, the reason that like I decided to wear it, that I'm wearing it right now, is because like I'm still like symptomatic.
You're wearing a mask right now?
No, but like when I go out into the public.
Oh, that's what you said.
That and like I have this like really weird fear that like the government is gonna come and get me and like throw me in a van.
I
Like
can see
wearing
that.
hazmat suits and stuff.
Yeah, like they're gonna know.
That's an irrational fear.
It is, right?
Very
But I only have to
irrational.
wear one for like, well, and I see that I say that I only
That's the
have
most irrational fear I've ever heard in my life.
I just feel like it makes me feel better. It does,
Yeah.
honestly, just to wear it because then I don't feel bad about giving it to anybody. Like it is a pretty raw fucking deal, especially if you're autoimmune compromised. I got very, very sick. And I'm still pretty sick. So I wouldn't want to give that. I don't. Maybe I've just been more mindful now. Maybe I'm a changed woman now.
But I thought it was a made-up disease. I thought you were using that for clout.
Well, this one is a newfound illness. The underlying is made up. You got to get it straight. It's like the underlying health conditions; those are all pretend. And I'm not sure why I fake those still. Like I'm still waiting for a reason why I fake the original ones, but it is what it is. Then my newfound illness, I'm using for clout on top of the imagination illness.
You know what I really
Jobs to people in alleyways.
I really enjoy the let's keep 6 feet apart thing because it's almost summertime now and people don't use deodorant and they don't take baths. I love not being that close to anybody. So I love that people still are doing that regardless of Covfefe being a thing or not. I love that. It warms my soul.
Yeah. I'm not a very people-y person. So I like when people and you know what the cool thing about the mask is right now though? People leave you all the way alone. Because really like around here, like where I live, the only people that are wearing them are people who currently like are getting over COVID or on quarantine or whatever. You don't see a lot of people that are just like, because most of them will tell you, like they'll wear the mask, but if you look at them and be like, I just got out of quarantine. Like they don't want you to think that they're scared. Like it's weird. They're like, no, man, I don't wear this all the time. Like I just got over COVID.
Right?
Oh no. I had the COVID.
I wouldn't go out with the flu. Like the only reason that like I went out today was because like I absolutely had to. So I wore a mask because I still had symptoms.
That's totally
I put my
irresponsible.
cart down.
It's irresponsible.
I saved lives.
Very.
It's irresponsible. You still went out with symptoms. You probably spread it. It doesn't matter. You didn't follow the guidelines.
What are you
You probably
talking about? What's the guidelines?
No, you probably spread it to like 15 people.
Is the CDC gonna come get me? I followed the
They
guy.
are. They're gonna come get you.
They are. I'm turning you into Fauci.
That's actually
Sanitation.
that's actually why the dog is barking. There is a van parked outside right now.
Is it the sanitation department?
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
They're coming. Have you guys seen that movie?
No.
That movie is what made me scared of COVID. Not COVID. That movie. Yeah.
What movie?
That Songbird one.
The what?
It's called Songbird, and it was about COVID. It was like COVID 22 or something, and everybody had to be locked in their house. And you had to wear wristbands to get out, and like you had to scan your forehead every morning, like at your door, but no one could leave. And if you had a fever, then sanitation came in with like big hazmat suits and ripped you out of your house. And it was
That's what my workplace did. They put up those thermometers that you have to put your face up to, and it would not let you clock in if you had a temperature.
that's so creeps.
Yep, it would just be like, nope, sorry, go home. Can't
They were
clock
doing
in.
it at our Kroger for a while here.
It's
We
wild.
had like little scanner people. Super spreaders.
Super spreader cat. I'm taking that portion of the and putting it on TikTok. And y'all yelled at me for saying I'd go. You went to Walmart.
Go to Walmart. He told me that if it was really his friend, that I should go to Walmart and cough on things.
God, the FBI has entered the chat.
Yeah, and I didn't do it.
Charles,
because
you remember that live?
Yeah, I do.
I'm like you.
You were on it.
I know. I've even said a couple things.
CPS and everybody called on me.
You had CPI.
It was so great.
It was.
You guys get in trouble.
Huh?
You guys get in a lot of trouble on
I
TikTok.
don't know what you're talking about. I've never been in trouble.
And then I have to be grouped with people like the likes of you.
It's because of who you associate with.
I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
okay
am I.
with it. Like
I-
sometimes when I wonder if like, am I doing the right thing? Like I just go over and I rewatch the last couple of lives that Misfit Page, and I know that I'm good.
I don't apologize for anything that I've ever said. I take everything that I said back. I do. I do not apologize.
We know.
Whatever you see on TikTok, that's what you get. It's
So, Charles, we're the last show that Kat was on pre-COVID. She didn't do this part too well, so we're gonna see if you can outshine Kat. Can you send us off with a positive message?
I don't have too many positive messages,
Well,
but
at least you're honest. But go ahead and share one.
that's
at
true.
least.
So
Kat just
I'll,
sat there.
I have ended many a podcast literally the same way. A lot of people know that my mother passed away in October. This Mother's Day was exceptionally hard for me,
Mhm.
you know, and my brother made a post on Facebook, and you know, it was our first Mother's Day without her. I think we spend a lot of time being negative. We spend a lot of time on our phones. We spend a lot of time with our friends, but we don't call our loved ones. We don't call our sister. We don't call our brother. We don't call our mother. 10 minutes out of your day, call somebody that you love. Let them know that you love them. It could change their entire outlook on life. They might be having a shitty day, and just one phone call from you would change their entire perspective on things.
Mhm.
So call a loved one, talk to them for 10 minutes. Do it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. You might not have tomorrow.
I love that. I love that.
All right.
Way better job than I did.
Yeah, because she just sat there. So thank you, Charles, for being on.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We'll have you on again.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we'll have Ant back Thursday. And for the rest of the week, y'all have a good one.